Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something that, well, it causes a lot of chat in the RC community. Beadlock wheels.
Yep.
If you've seen these around or been wondering about them, we're aiming to give you the essential info.
Right. Our mission today is really to unpack the tech, what they're really for, and crucially, how they actually affect your RC car's performance.
Right.
We've gathered quite a bit of info, trying to cut through some of the hype and get to the facts.
And what's pretty surprising, like right off the bat, is where they came from. Our sources show beadlocks weren't invented for RC fun at all.
Not at all.
They were actually a military thing called combat wheels on old Dodge trucks, designed so soldiers could swap tires fast, like in the field.
Exactly. That's the origin. And that idea, that concept, it got adapted over to RC. Now, sure, they help if you want to run really soft foams or air down your tires, but their main job in RC is to fight against those massive shear forces. This twisting from powerful electric motors stops the tire bead literally ripping off the wheel rim.
Okay, so let's dig into that. How do they actually do that? How do they work?
Well, it's basically a mechanical clamp. You've got the tire bead, that inner lip on the tire,
Right.
and the wheel clamps it, usually between an outer ring and the main wheel body using a whole bunch of little screws. No glue involved.
Ah, no glue. That's the key difference then.
That's the game changer, really, because it's mechanical. You can take tires on and off whenever you want.
Okay.
You completely avoid that whole messy, sometimes destructive process with CA glue. That modularity, it's just a massive win for tuning your setup.
Right, I can see that. And digging a bit deeper, the materials, they vary quite a bit, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Huge range. You've got your lightweight plastics, pretty good for bashers, maybe, and more durable stamped steel.
And the fancy stuff.
And then you get into the premium end CNC machined aluminum and even brass.
Brass. That sounds heavy.
It is. And that's the point sometimes, especially for rock crawling. Adding that brass weight right down low at the wheels, that's critical for performance. Lowers the center of gravity.
Interesting. So it really highlights this split, doesn't it? Like, are you building for pure scale looks or are you chasing every last bit of performance?
Exactly. And a market gives you all those options, which is great. You decide your priority.
So, okay, let's bring it back to the choice. If you're looking at new wheels, beadlock versus traditional glue-on, what are the real trade-offs here?
Well, convenience and modularity, that's the big plus for beadlocks. Like we said, easy tire swaps, phone changes.
Right.
Glue-ons, obviously, it's a permanent bond. Once they're glued, changing tires usually means destroying the tire, or maybe the wheel too.
But there's always a but, isn't there? The weight.
The weight, yes. That's the big drawback. Beadlocks are significantly heavier.
Which means more unsprung weight, more rotational mass.
Exactly. And that affects everything. Acceleration, braking.
Right.
It puts more strain on your motor, your ESC, your whole drivetrain. Glue on wheels. Always the lightest option, period.
And what about putting them together? I've heard beadlocks can be tricky.
Oh, they can be tedious.
Yeah.
Like, really tedious. All those tiny screws. Assembling a set of 4, it can easily take an hour.
An hour. Wow.
Yeah, and you have to be careful. Tighten them in a star pattern. Make sure the bead seats evenly. And then you should probably recheck the torque now and then. Gluing tires. Much faster up front, even if it's permanent.
Okay, what about holding power? Is one definitively better?
It kind of depends. For resisting twisting forces, like from a high-torque crawler motor trying to spin the tire on the rim, beadlocks are generally superior there.
Makes sense.
But a good glue job is actually excellent at resisting centrifugal force, the outward pull at very high speeds. So for pure speed runs, glue might hold better against the tire ballooning off.
Okay, so this leads to the big question. Where should you actually use beadlocks? And where are they maybe? Not such a good idea.
Right. Application is key.
For RC rock crawling, seems like they're pretty much the standard, right?
Oh, undisputed champion in crawling. Absolutely. You need that tire security under extreme torque. Plus, like we mentioned, the extra weight down low is actually a good thing.
It helps stability.
Precisely. Lowers the center of gravity. And it lets you easily tune your foams, which is super critical in crawling.
But then, flip side, high speed, racing.
Generally, no. Not recommended for high-speed bashing or on-road or off-road racing. That extra rotational mass is a huge disadvantage.
Just kills acceleration and handling.
Yeah, and they're really hard to get perfectly balanced because of all the parts and screws, so you often get vibrations, shakes, which makes handling erratic at speed.
What about, say, bashers? Just general fun.
Conditionally, maybe?
Mm.
If you go for beadlocks on a basher, definitely lean towards the lighter plastic ones to minimize that drivetrain strain. But glue-ons are often simpler and lighter.
And drag racing. Lots of power there.
Drag racing is interesting. High-powered drag builds often need beadlocks, specifically to stop the tire spinning on the rim during those super aggressive launches.
Gotcha. And drifting.
Fundamentally unnecessary for drifting. Drift tires are hard plastic. They don't really grip the wheel in a way that causes slip. And the extra weight just works against the quick, nimble handling you want.
Okay, so if you do decide beadlocks are right for your application, any tips? Assembly seems crucial.
Absolute meticulous assembly. Use that star pattern for tightening the screws. Go slowly. Make sure the tire bead is perfectly seated all the way around before you fully tighten.
Don't just crank them down.
No, definitely not. And check the screw tightness periodically. They can sometimes loosen up over time with use.
Right. So summing it all up then.
Look, beadlock wheels are a cool piece of tech. Specialized, very effective in the right place.
Yeah.
But they're absolutely not a universal must-have upgrade. Their real value comes from using them correctly.
So the takeaway for you, the listener, is probably figure out what you mostly do with your RC first. Rock crawling, beadlocks are probably the way to go. High-speed racing, probably not. And yeah, they can look really cool and aggressive. That cool factor is undeniable. And hey, if that's why you want them, that's fine. Just be aware you might be taking a performance hit in some areas, like weight and complexity, depending on how you run your car.
Well said.
Yeah.
It's about making an informed choice.
Definitely.
Which makes you think, doesn't it? What other specialized tools or bits of tech, maybe in other hobbies or even just daily life, are we using universally when maybe they're actually holding us back because we're not using them for their specific intended job? Something to ponder.